Okay, let's see here. Just need to check on this here. See how the sound is and stuff. Hello, hello. Hello? Okay, it seems like I'm a little low, but I don't know how to turn it up, so I guess we're stuck. Okay, well, just gonna get into it here. So you always get their 3 free packs, the basics. We're gonna hop right into a sealed event as I've got some tokens here. Oh, they brought back pick 2. This okay. We're gonna pick Prismari because I think it's the best. I think it's somewhere. Prismari, Witherbloom, Quandrix might be my rankings. The only thing I'm definitely sure of is that Silver Quill and Lorehold are the worst ones. The white decks are not as good. And you need to be really aggro with the white decks, I think. And that can just be hard because you might get a pool that just doesn't support it as much as you need to. Whereas these other decks can just grind and go over the top and stuff. So I'm just going to hop right in here. We can talk about that more at another time. Meritus of Ideation's pretty good. Mind into Matter's really good. Traumatic Critique's really good. Yeah. Yeah, I don't hate this. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Like, Sexproof? Is that 5 white cards? What? Okay, I guess you do get 2 packs. Let's just see what we're thinking about. Oh, 2 run behinds is really good. I don't know if you run homesickness. Oh, divert equation. I was really hoping to get one of these. This is a card that allows you to just infinitely grind and go really heavy on the spells here. Wow. Same thing with black. Okay. Impractical Joke is great. Ooh, Expressive Fire Dancers. So we might look to go with a more prowessy build. Tablets, okay. 3 Mockeries. Takedown Artist is okay. Process is good. Pigment Wrangler's okay. This guy's good. This guy's okay. I would splash like cheap spells, but you might splash some of these bigger spells. Sinar's okay. This guy's okay. Oh, this guy's really good. Alright. Okay, now might be willing to play a Mind into Matter. It just draws so many cards, but it doesn't look like we're going to be running out of stuff to do. Generally, you do want to splash for your best cards in sealed, as it is like a slower format. Typically, it's going to be slower than the draft portion. And this is a really strong card, but it's a card that just helps you find your other good cards. And I'm not sure we're going to need that. We're going to... Ooh. Okay, okay. So this is 16 creatures. So it may already be at a point of keeping this creature package here. It's good that we got 6 2-drops. So when we're on the draw, we can hopefully consistently have a play so we don't get run over. The only one that we might cut is like 1 Pigment Wrangler. But it is a 5-mana 4/4 flyer, so let's see here. Because these are actually like, yeah, this is a spell, but those are creatures. I think same thing with this. And we get into what is our pile of interaction? Prismari Charm's okay. It's not as good as some of the other charms though, but it's okay. And then this is sort of our like draw value package. I think we're gonna cut 1 Pigment Wrangler, like I said, because we're keeping the spells. We're not gonna be cutting these spells. So we actually have like 17 creatures. It may actually just be cut the sleight of hands, but we have this like these more prowessy creatures, because Prismari kind of has 2 builds, and you don't really want to split the difference. You have the prowess build of play like the cheap creatures with the opus of getting +1/+1, and playing the cheap like cantrip spells like a normal prowess deck where you just come in with sleight of hands and flow states and the red pump plus draw spell, and you just you know, get your opponents dead, you know, normal prowess deck. And then it has the go big with the big spells and go over the top of your opponents. And those are kind of doing 2 different things. This guy isn't actually that good if it's once in a while, you know, you get the trigger, the double strike and stuff. I mean, he's really hard to block because you can bluff attack with this all day long, especially if you have 5 open mana for, you know, possibly like a Muse's Encouragement or something. Your opponent just like has to look at it and go, do I want to lose my creature or potentially take 6 damage? Because it'll at least trade with like most even like 5-drops and stuff. So it's not like it's bad, but it's like a, you know, you're leaning into the much slower game, whereas this can be like a very aggressive build. Like I think people kind of overlook the fact that there is a Prismari aggro deck in the format. I'm kind of deciding if it's between like Homesickness and Sleight of Hand. I've got a lot of interaction. I just don't think I need the home sicknesses, and they're really expensive, and we want to keep the deck like as streamlined as possible. So I think this is just, well, wait a minute. I don't know what I'm saying. I've got 50 freaking cards in here. This is, I've got a whole nother pile to remove. And I want to run it all. This is what happens when you hop on the game as soon as you wake up. Artistic process is maybe like a little expensive for what it does. I'm actually thinking of going down a charm, because I'm not going down mockeries. I'm not going down run behinds, I don't think. Maybe one run behind is fine. Let's cut a run behind, cut a charm, cut a process. So we still have 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 interaction spells. We're going to get rid of the sleight of hands because we're not the prowess version. Flow state, force them draw. Tablet of Discovery? I'm actually going to maybe cut this because I've got Painter. It's just kind of slow. This is a more slower build, but this is really slow. Like, this is really dirtily. The idea that I could maybe play this and double spell is I don't have enough cheap red spells for that. Four more cards from this pile. Start. Let's go back to a. This can be 3. This is probably. I'm not really talking enough through this, but I'm, oh man, I'm thinking tackle artist. Thinking 1 unstable mockery or unsubtle mockery. Maybe a flow state. And maybe this Muse's Encouragement. Or it might actually just be a glass right. Maybe 6 2-drops is going to be enough. I don't know. 13 creatures, but really it's like 15 because of the spells. We're going to just ship this because I'm getting tired of staring at it. Alright, we get some 2-drops. It's a nice looking hand. Nice little 1 toughness creature that can die to a traumatic critique next turn. Ooh, he's offering the trade though. That's actually not terrible for me. You know what? Like, this is one of those things where he's the beatdown, and I just need to slow the game down as much as possible. So him giving me that option is very welcome. Kind of surprising. Yeah. Discard Fire Dancer. I had to kill that on my turn. I didn't want him getting the raised dead off. I could have maybe done it during his upkeep, but you also have to worry about like protection spells or pump spells and stuff then. When he's in like this Silver Quill pile, that's kind of what they're trying to do, I guess. Or can be. I think we just sit. Okay. Those deal 6, so this is a pretty good card for the Silver Quill decks of the targeting your own stuff for repartee all the time. Lifelinker? Okay. We'll take it. Part of me on that Surveil thinks I should have kept the land on top there. But we get a tapper. This guy's actually really scary as he can just sack this and get some big spell. But it's pay 2, sack the creature, and then you still have to pay for the spell. So he still has to spend 2 mana here. Or you can spend 3. But losing a, you know, like, you spent 2 mana on this before. It was a 2/2 lifelinker, which was, you know, decent against my board of 2/2s. And you sacked it to, you know, kill a token. Having the main phase this. Did that just to... I mean, you... Okay, okay. Goes Abigail. Has to cast this on the Abigail. Okay. That's really bad. Kinda need to keep it so I can pitch it when I attack next turn. Okay. Remember he does... Let's see what... He can't afford to cast anything. Oh no. Oh no. That is so bad. I mean, that's 3 mountains in a row. Oh no. I can't just punt attack this guy to draw a card. That'd be insane. In this absolute board stall of I drew no playable cards for a while. And each creature you control. 2 to each. Yeah, yeah. Practical joke. The odds of him sacking Abigail to play his spell's pretty low. So I'm gonna try to fire this off on his turn. Make him pay all the mana. Turn this to his hand. I'm assuming he's... yeah. Well, drawing just nothing is pretty rough. Not sure I could have done anything differently there. Because I had to kill the 4/6 creature with my burn spell. The artistic process. Maybe he was in discarding a Fire Dancer? Or it could have been when I triple blocked the 7/7, I was supposed to just jump it a turn? Oh, I just made a treasure and you're blocking? Okay. See if he's willing to do that again. I need the land, but I also need them to be... Well, I guess I don't need them to be islands. Nothing costs more than 1 blue in the deck. Kind of want to get the Sonar down. They start getting the tokens. Also, just getting any instant sorcery spell is pretty good. A stock up. Some of the mystical archive cards. have Impractical Joked it too. Okay. Pick that up. Still can. Guess that's all right. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god, if he has a way to protect this creature, I can't win the game. This is a sorcery too? Alright, we just gotta go for it. 6. Rush off. No. Oh no, I could just lose the game here. Yep. I mean, I'm having trouble getting the extra land to cast this thing, but I might need it. I'm just dead if he casts another one. Like another 5-mana spell. This card gets +1/+1 for the Opus, but at the 5-mana Opus, it's makes a copy of itself. So now he would get 2 additional copies for a 5-mana spell. And yeah. So yeah, you do want to like hold off playing this card until you can protect it. It also has Ward 1, which makes it hard to deal with. I spent so many cards getting through that freaking 1/4 flyer. I guess I shouldn't have just done anything with it and just said, okay, I can take 2 forever. And just save the removal spells for a real threat. This is a pretty bomb heavy set. So you don't necessarily want to fire off all your removal spells. Like I did. That's a learning moment right there of he's got to have ways to win the game somewhere. Well, I really want to play this tap land this turn, but that doesn't let me play anything. But I kind of have to. Just take the damage from this a turn. Mill 7 cards and put a creature card from among them onto the battlefield. Yeah, that's a card. And it's 5 mana. I'm like 1 damage off with my critique. Should I run behind it and set him down? But I don't have... Well, I could... No. There's no way to guarantee that I've got the 6th land next turn. Like, if I had land number 5 in hand, I'd be more willing to make that play. But is that still the correct play, though? Because who knows what he's going to put in play after milling 7. Is this a... It's an instant, too. Oh my god, I can't even do it during his upkeep. Oh wait, no I can, because he won't have the land in play. Alright, that's what we'll do. So we let him draw the card. And then still... Here we go. Like this. Making it to where like he can't play it this turn. Hopefully I can draw a land in the next two turns to be able to answer it when it comes down. In the meantime though, I'm going to be just taking my beating. Okay. I could take this time to get a blocker down at least. I'm gonna decline. Okay. So I'm only going to risk 1 here. There's a 1 mana black trick that gives a creature +1/+1 and another creature -1/-1. I don't want to get both my creatures killed for 1 mana. And because he played that, he can't play this creature. Okay. Works out for me. Now I have a mockery too to answer it. I'm getting pretty low, so it may be time to just like nuke this guy. But we're not that scared. Well, then we still can't play anything else. But this using the treasure... No, well, there's 5 anyway. These Golgari, sorry, Witherbloom decks can grind quite well because they have a lot of recursion. Alright, these very scary creatures they've played. Quite easy for them to be able to get them back. I want to stay mana efficient and play this, but it's so bad if it just dies, so. Perfect. Okay. Deck's finally getting into the late game that it can have. That feels great. What you got for me? What is this land? That's the prepared land. This land is really bad, and you probably should never run this. Just so you all know. Because if you ever have to spend essentially 4 mana to re-prepare a creature, you shouldn't have to do that, because in this set you should almost like always have things to do with your mana. I guess we just keep anything on top here, because I think I'd rather leave Charm or Equation up here. This being an instant is like so good. But then we can play that and just get back like 2 more removal spells. Or get back a dance plus something. Okay, he's had enough. And that's kind of the goal for your Prismari like in-game decks. Is you do want to get... There's another spell that like returns all your instants and sorceries from your graveyard to your hand. It's like 7 mana. And it's a sorcery. It does have the added benefit of you like having no maximum hand size for the rest of the game. I really only like that spell if you can cheat it. There's a couple ways of doing so. There's a 7 mana 5/7 creature that lets you play an instant or sorcery spell like every turn for free, so you can just play him, play that, draw your entire graveyard back up, and then that way you got your value off that creature to that even if they kill it instantly, they're like so far behind. Are they full controlling me, or do they have a 1 mana green spell to cast? What could that even be? Actually going to Surveil to draw a card. Because not hitting land is disgusting. Kind of like this, but I think I might like this more. War 2's a heck of a lot harder to deal with, though. What am I discarding? A Visionary Dance? Oh, this guy's nice. This guy's really good. So... he might have the trick and stuff again. Nah. I'm okay with taking whatever here. Oh, okay. So he's going to increment it up. All right. Not a typical combat trick you see a lot of the times. These 1-mana indestructible tricks. It is a decent card, but it's also like loses a lot of its value if you don't have like creatures that are actually worth protecting. Or 6. Also, like, I think there's a lot of really good interaction in the set, which can make combat tricks a lot more difficult to use. Like, if your opponent has an open 2 mana, making that attack and stuff is really, really risky. So, where are we at? On this. The reason being is I do want to keep swinging with this creature. If he double blocks it here, then I didn't want to just miss out on being able to get my 3/3. Though 5 mana 3/3 is not as good as like these cards, but I am the late game grind control deck, so getting every bit of value out when I'm already in a winning position. That doesn't do anything. I think Witherbloom is quite strong, but that is just like not what I would say is a typical Witherbloom deck. The combat tricks are not where you want to be, I don't think. Have I gone second every game? Like, come on now. In the Prismari mirror, though, going second might be the thing. You might just want the card. It's pretty old school way of evaluating like limited play and stuff. Was a long time ago. It used to be you did just go second a lot of the time. +1 counter and gain a life. Now this is quite odd. Yeah. And what, I'm running into a counter spell here? I don't know, he's got stick. Okay. This does have the ward too. It means he is not going to be able to reboot at instant speed. There's no 1 mana spell that can deal with this. I think that may be the only thing that makes this card playable. The 5 mana make a 3/3. It's kind of cool that you can curve, you know, this into a 5-drop, and it triggers the 5 mana Opus cards. But I mean, a 5 mana 3/3 is not a playable Magic card. So. Says screw that guy, get him out of here. Fair enough. Dang. Leave the red untapped because I've got the Bolta creature card, whatever it's called. Practical Joke. Which, if I had hit Practical Joke, I'd actually would feel like I've got the game in the bag already. Vader triumphs the Eternal Student away. That's quite good. Guy's literally on Grixis control. I mean, well, like, to be clear, like, this card and, like, this card are not, like, good enough to be, like, splashing for. So I'm assuming, like, he picked a Witherbloom pack and just got some good bomb blue and red cards that he wants to play, but, I don't know. Gonna see if I can get both his. No, he didn't fall for it. And in the interest of just being inefficient, we'll play this. I'm probably still going to Mockery it, but I can do it at end of his turn now. There are like a number of counter spells in the format. There's a cancel variant that's a mana drain if you control a wizard. There is a 4 mana card. Really? What? You can't change the target. It says opponent controls. Tell you what, since he did it that way, I can play this Glassrite. Which means I tapped wrong because I don't get to make my craft with pride, my treasure token off of it. But yeah. And then he does this at sorcery speed? Okay. Yeah, like I still control the ability. So it has to be a target, a legal target. So it can only target one of his creatures. So tone blasting my face? Okay. Craft with Pride is free. Okay, so if I fire off the Mockery... Actually, if I fire off the Divert Equation for 5, this be 4 Double Strike, 8, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh! Okay. Okay. Sadly, I'll say, opponent kind of punted there. Twice. Once with the redirect and once not blocking. And I don't know what kind of stuff he was running. I've liked this card. I have not cared a lot for this card. But hey, we do what we gotta do. Procrastinate. Yeah, these are actually really good together in the, you know, I want to play out my hand with small cheap spells because it just gives you an extra like 1 mana spell to play that, you know, pays for itself. So it allows you to really like go off. Put that on the bottom. This does make this a 3/3 double striker for a turn. But part of me Once I get this down too. But no, we're gonna try to get as much of our free available value out as we can. Okay, that's good. Basically, that being a 1-for-1, it's quite nice. Gonna play this guy. He's pretty scary. And he wastes a premium removal spell on this card. This is an instant to make the 3/3. Okay. The lose is okay here. I could go. I could tap one and play a glass right. Or I could take the land and play Mockery. Damn, Mockery's not. Tell you what though. To keep the land or not. I'm feeling a little ahead, so I'm gonna do the beatdown here. And I think he had the correct read and he blocked. He has 2 of these? Okay. Pretty sure I might actually be dead. Because I'm assuming he might also have a way of bringing back instants and sorceries from his graveyard. Draw a card, discard. Like, this card's pretty good. I wonder if I'm supposed to kill this View Seeker. See, I just don't think there was any way he didn't have a removal spell in his hand for this. It just had the most upside if he didn't. Oh shit, now you can start gaining life. Yeah, this is really bad. He didn't gain any life, though. I'll mockery this guy. Sonar's okay. Make my little treasure token and get an extra point in with prowess. Another unsubtle mockery. This is disgusting. Like, I don't know if I can really overcome this freaking card. Like, I might deck before I kill him. Just generally my damage doesn't come in like large enough increments. Of course he's gonna deck. He's at 12 cards. Mascot, okay. Process. Okay. Oh, and he's got haste. Nice. I could just cast the wild idea to get +4/+4 on my Virtuoso. I can get a 2-drop because I can make a treasure token with Sonar. What's a 2-mana card in my deck that I would want? Okay. We're gonna wild idea. You're gonna get... I guess Prismari Charm's fine. It deals with the dude. So does Impractical Joke. Swing 5. Where do you get the Seize the Spoils from to play? Molten Core Maestro. Dang. Draw 3. Okay. How many cards does he have left? So he's gonna go down to 2 cards left? He's really doing the thing though. Oh, the Elemental exiles the top. Okay. He's got 1 card left. Gains 2. Pass to attacks. Go to block. We double block here. Actually... it doesn't matter. He's got no fucking power anyway. Then we run behind this guy. Take a token. Divergent equation. I'm at 2. Is there a way for me to make him draw a card? This does get double strike, but I can't get it to 7 power, can I? We can play a joke. Practical joke, mockery. I don't have enough mana to get them all back. I can only deal with 2 of the 3 creatures. So what I have to hope is he blocks. Okay. We'll get back mockery, joke. And then I have to hope he doesn't have a spell. Wisdom of the Ages. Wins with 0 cards in his deck. I would have won the game if I had drawn a Emeritus and just Ancestral Recalled him. Like it was that close. Not a great showing to only get the 1,200 of the gems back. Now, out of just pure curiosity, and I want to, I don't know, make content, I guess. We're going to pick a different school. I am not sure whether Quandrix or Witherbloom is the next best deck. Not to say that you can't win with Silverquill Lorehold decks, but I think you got to get like a little high rolly in the cards that you pull. And ultimately, I think green has the best commons and uncommons, and black's probably the second. So it just makes sense that Witherbloom would be good. So we're gonna crack a Witherbloom pack. Triumph of the Hordes? Okay. Oh, those are good. Last Gas was great. Good. Yeah, good if you're making enough of the tokens. Oh, this card's really good. A Stargaze? Augmenter's good. Oracle's Restoration is good. I mean, it's just 1 mana cantrip that gains you a life and draws you a card. This, look at the top 4. Okay, Infusion, you get 2 of them. Yeah, this is good. Healer's good. Favor's good. This guy's good. Oh, the Newt's good. Fluorescence is good. This guy's pretty good. This guy's good. Sloth is great. Triumph of the Hordes is, we would call that a good card. know how many people out there remember. I've been around long enough to play against infect decks. Let's see. Mind Roots is good. You just don't need these if you have Triumph of the Hordes. I'm playing Triumph of the Hordes. Trove is really good in Witherbloom. Terramorphic Expanse. Any cards to splash for? Okay. 17 creatures. Let's see what the cuts are. These are hilarious when you have two of them, because you can just loop them over and over again. This guy's great. This guy's great. This guy's good. This guy's great. This guy's great. Great. Okay. Okay. Pretty good. Don't want to... Well, I've got a bunch of one drops too, so maybe we cut one Biomancer. This is 7 early drop creatures. Gonna cut this guy. Gonna come down here. Last gas. Have to stay. Any number of creatures. This would be really good go wide payoff. Just drawing a bunch of cards, and we do have guys that make the 1/1s stuff, but I think that's a little too cutesy. This is pretty good. That's alright. I think Witherbloom Charm is one of the better charms. Definitely keep that. Stargaze is questionable. Foolish Fate, gotta keep. Pull's just too good. 3 mana combat trick is probably not what we're into. 2 grapple with deaths, nice. Mind Roots is, I think, really, really good. A Mind Rot that can get you an extra land. I think it's a lot better if you have the 2 mana Send in the Pest. Like if you can curve 2 mana that, make him discard a card, into this, make him discard 2 cards and get a land. I think you're kind of destroying your opponent at that point. Just not interested in combat tricks at all. Except for their Triumph of the Hordes. I think that is my go wide payoff. I don't need anything more than that. I think this draws 2 cards enough. It's got quite a decent amount of life gain. Not like a ton, but like I've got a good amount. And plus Potioner's Trove, you can do a thing where you like you play the card, hold priority, and since you've played the spell before it resolves, you can tap your Potioner's Trove to gain the 2 life. So you can enable any of your infusion instant sorceries with this card. It doesn't help you with the infusing creatures. Seems seems good enough. I don't know, we might actually be cutting this. Grave Researchers, like, the idea of casting Reanimate every turn, of course, seems broken. But you do lose the life, so you have to have a good amount of life gain to make it work. And since you can Reanimate for 1 mana and then gain 2 life back off the Potioner's Trove, seems good. Yeah, I'm going to cut the Mind Roots. We're just not very controlling here. The pain, though, here is what is the other cut? I've only got 5 removal spells. I can't cut one of these. I don't want to cut a Potioner's Trove or a Triumph of the Hordes. I don't know. It might actually be cut the Triumph. It's not. Just think it might get stuck in my hand and just not be good. I think I don't make enough one once, but I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. But the idea that this has to one-shot, right? It has to get 10 damage across for it to be good with no other infect creatures. This isn't. I mean, you need 5 unblocked creatures. I'm gonna leave it in at the start here. For sure. And you know what? I'm gonna cut a Biomancer. Do I cut a Leech Collector? Just not sure this card matters that much. And all my other 1 and 2s are quite nice. So 5 early game plays. Yeah. But then I'm down to 13 creatures. That can't be right. That can't be right. It's gotta be one of. It's gotta be 2 of these cards. Could be a land. I can see cutting Terramorphic Expanse. Running 16 lands. The deck curves at 4. And either pull from the grave or follow the Lumerits gets cut. And I've got enough graveyard stuff, so we'll cut it. I don't know. I'm going to try it. I just don't want to sit there staring at it forever and not play any games. Time, like I was saying, just getting Triumph of the Hordes in your hand early. Oh. We're already in a spot where this could kill him. But yeah, look, we've got this with 3 kill spells. Means it's just uncastable. Okay. Oh, well, I don't need to do that for this. And Triumph of the Hordes, isn't normal damage. It's infect damage, so... Okay. So we... destroy a creature... Last gasp a creature? Do I last gasp this? And... forgo the 2 life? Nah, it has to be for Death Touch, right? Now I can Foolish Fate plus make him lose 3. But I do think I'm gonna cut the Triumph of the Hordes. Still getting in here. Okay. So... full control. Gross. Gain 5. Alright, I might actually have him here. Because I can gain 7. He'll gain 1. I could also... Well, if he has the removal spell... It's pretty bad. Okay. Game 5. Game 2. I could block. Just, man, if this was any other card. This has vigilance. Oh, oh no. No. Oh no. Yeah, see, this has just been dead in my hand the whole freaking game. Just a completely dead card. I just need to move it. It's funny and all, but it's too memey. Get back, we got back healer. Okay. Where's the rope? Come on, guy. Just run out of instants and sorceries to cast. And I take note, even if it was the other actual pump spell, it wouldn't be good either. Oh no. Just dead on board. Alright, well. Another Stargaze is actually interesting for a draw spell. The creature count is just too low. go with it's either Shopkeeper's Bane or like Adventurous Eater. And I think I like this guy just a little bit better. Okay. That guy is pretty scary. I guess I could play the D. There are a number of sweepers and stuff here. And he missed the land drop, so he's got all gas. Surely he's gonna have a way of killing this, you know. Play this. Raise that the Dean. Attack gain 3. This way he blocks the 2/4. I'll actually get it back with the Dean. Very nice. Oh, okay. Is this where you think like, oh, I got this, and then all of a sudden he's rapturous moment into a board wipe? Oh, okay. That be not the board wipe. That's pretty nice. I think Witherbloom might actually be the second best deck. I'm just not sure. I think Quandrix isn't Quandrix. I think it's fake. I think when you go Quandrix, you're really going Sultai or you're going Teamer, and you need to splash black or red. His lizard's better than mine. Not if you don't play a 4-drop there. Okay. Last gasping my 1-drop? Playing a card like Cheerful Osteomancer and not getting the Raise Dead off, it's pretty bad. It's really a 5-mana card when you look at something like this. Could just gain the 2. Oh no. Oh, oh, that card feels so bad. Oh, see, this is what you pick. This is why you pick Witherbloom, is for stuff like this, and then to not get anything. Pretty bad. He's only got Osteomancer to remove. It's almost like a creature you don't want to remove. So if he does, I'm happy with that. That means he must not have any other, like, graveyard synergies. Knew the land was coming. I just realized my card sleeve. Why do I have these? I love Unco card sleeves. Oh, okay. Sure. pretty good, but I don't have a way of gaining the life. But I guess I keep it and I just hold it. Okay. It's not bad. Oh, that's bad. Oh no. Oh no, and I just get another land. This is... Oh no. Oh, this sucks to have it drain. Gotta do it once here. Osteomancer. I can gain life with this, but then that doesn't allow me to play the apprentice. Right? Oh, okay. Okay. We gotta hit a way of gaining life. That's not it. Just concede. Oh no. The mind roots. The card is so good. I gotta put it in. That actually won him the game. Because everybody's gotta, you gotta hold removal spells in this format for bombs. And maybe, just maybe, you can't actually do that. Yeah, getting my grapple with death and land. It's quite insane there. Now that's okay. This is actually like a bad sort of play here. You kind of don't want to just run out a bomb as your first play of the game, unless it's a 1 mana card, you know, just Ragavan or something. But generally, you want to try to fish out a piece of interaction first. Sort of, my rule of thumb is just once I've seen a interaction spell, then I feel a lot better about it. Are you kidding me? This doesn't get everything. Okay. And you shouldn't keep hands that don't have something to do in the first 2-3 turns either. I don't think he mulliganed. I think he started with 7. So that's just a very bad keep on his part. You know? Like he didn't have interaction for my 2 and 3 drops. And his first play to the board was a 4 drop. You don't want to keep hands like that. If you have a 2 mana interaction spell to kill one of the creatures, fine. Or something. You gotta have something to do. Am I getting Quandrix Charmed? Essence Scattered? Okay. Yeah, Essence Scatter is... See, that's a card. Get in there. This is 5 mana to activate, and he would make a 3/3 fractal. Assuming he didn't have a differently named land to play. The Quandrix does have a way to grind. Like, they've got some they can have run the same blue spells to return all of the instants and sorceries from your graveyard to your hand. Kind of stuff. Rerun the Leech Collector out. I'm really liking this freaking card. Okay. It still has Death Touch. It's still. So it's just 2 for 1 the guy? It's quite nice. I kind of hate to do this into this much open mana for my opponent. With him not having done anything either? So you wonder if he's just set on counter spells? I think maybe he's sitting on like bounce spells or something. And Osteomancer's terrible to bounce. You know, you don't really want to be bouncing people's Gravediggers. I think I want to just activate the Surveil. That is a concession. That doesn't do anything. Three and 2. If this deck draws smoothly, it can stack wins. I think it's just gonna stumble again before it gets to 7 though. Opponent going first. Double tap land. But I do have the 2 mana interaction if he plays something. Alright, that has to die. Don't want to let your opponent's draws get that smoothed out. Here, Mind Roots could be good because the odds that it hits a land is pretty good, but I think we're gonna come in here with... Let's play the Grave Researcher. Make him interact with this some way. Yeah, that's fine. Ooh, okay. So he was needing land there. I think this is fine. Maybe I do want to hold it though. Does he really have a lightning strike? And a braid. I think a braid and lightning strike are both on the bonus sheets. Now I think we're good with the Mind Roots. And we get Prismari and Unsubtle Mockery. Okay. It's decent. Emeritus? Are you fucking kidding me? Ugh. That is very unfortunate. And he's just one card away from preparing again. Oh my god, he can prepare it with this stupid land. This is quite bad. Quite bad. No! If I just got one more card out of him. I do have removal spells. They are in the deck. They do exist. He had 3 unspent mana that round. Wow. Oh my gosh. Not having the removal spell for it. So we went 3 and 3. This is a very sort of medium deck. I never actually drew this card. This card's really good. Increments up, and then when it dies, you create a fractal and you move its +1/+1 counters over it. So that can be very good. And you can see like the rest of the deck is just sort of interaction and like graveyard grind. We really just didn't hit any of like the key Witherbloom cards though. I don't think this is a bad showing to just say like Witherbloom isn't like a good deck or anything, or you know, not worth picking out of the sealeds. This is, I think, very below weight. Our removal spells, though good, I think in a bomb heavy format you're really hoping to get 7. And I don't think there was any that I like didn't run, right? Yeah. So there could be some argument to say, like, since I didn't have like crazy bombs to get to not run Stargaze, right? Like when you run like draw spells like this and stuff, like you're trying to draw to something. You're trying to draw the stuff that's going to win you the game. And I just didn't have crazy like game-winning drops like an Emeritus or something. Like there's a lot of really good black and green creatures, even commons and uncommons that I didn't get, like the 4 or 5 vigilance guy that gets +2 attack. Like when he gets targeted you draw a card and stuff. Like there was a lot of just basic black and green cards that I was hoping to get that I just didn't hit for the deck. But maybe go back to it, since I didn't have win cons to draw to, I also needed to draw to my answers. So in that respect, I probably should have been running Stargaze to make sure that I could get... See, I only had 2 or 3 unconditional removal spells. The Last Gasp, while being really good cards, like, you are going to run 2 of these if you have them. But not getting the 4 mana common exile spell is pretty rough. So I think that's kind of it. We did see like the power of the Potioner's Trove coming in to activate some of our infusion cards and stuff. But it sucks that we never got this out on turn 1. Like, we really could have snowballed in victories with this. Even in that last game that I lost, like, if I just have this as a turn 1 play, and he has to answer it, then that means my Mind Roots, like, he has 1 less card in hand, so the Mind Roots empties his hand then, and he doesn't have the Emeritus, and I win the game. So, pretty rough not to ever see the best card in your deck. But we'll leave it at that.